New Rascal Flatts music in 2025. Such a thing is something I had hoped for, but was honestly kind of doubtful that we'd ever see. But here we are. This new song is called I Dare You, and it's a collaboration with the Jonas Brothers, an iconic pop vocal group that has been very prominent since at least the mid 2000s, and they're former Disney Channel stars and stuff like that. Rascal Flatts' first material in almost 5 years. Of course, they had announced a farewell tour in 2020 that was canceled due to COVID, and then the band broke up very unceremoniously. And over the last 4 plus years, it was it was up in the air if COVID would be just a footnote in their final chapter, or if it would prolong or prevent it entirely. And thankfully, the latter now seems to be the case. And so now we have this new song, I Dare You. And honestly, vintage Rascal Flatts. And when I think of vintage Rascal Flatts, I think of sunny, bright pop country with ostensible rock and R&B influences. As far as rock goes, Joe Don Rooney's electric guitar. As far as R&B, the bright, glistening, glimmering inflections in Gary LeVox's voice and his runs and his delivery. And all of the hallmarks of a signature Rascal Flatts song are present here. As was the case with so many of their hits over the years, from Yours If You Want It to Back to Life, which wasn't really a hit, but still, to Love You Out Loud, or This Everyday Love, or Take Me There, or Why Wait. As was the case with so many of their hits from years past, they make love sound easy and tackle decidedly familiar lyrical content regarding romance, but in such a way that does not feel cheap and certainly feels friendly and safe and familiar. And the fact that they are now reuniting after the better part of half a decade being apart certainly helps the song in that regard, because, hearing the band's harmonies again honestly sounds like catching up with an old friend in the best way. And the Jonas Brothers, for their part, also contribute a great deal with their ostensible pop influence and their own fantastic harmonies. And I think Nick and Joe in particular mesh well with Gary's voice and create a dynamic harmony that, again, perhaps due to the lack of features, of course, in their discography, we don't really get to see quite often. Not that the traditional harmonies of Gary J and Joe Don aren't awesome, but of course it is always nice to see when new ideas and new flavors get thrown into their formula. It's good to have them back. I mean, there's really not much else to say. The production is solid. Joe Don's guitar work sounds as great as it ever has. Gary sounds like he hasn't aged a day. His voice sounds like a fine wine. Perfect pitch. Great runs. I can see the YouTube reaction videos now and people being impressed by his voice. I can see it now. And I think, as far as the composition goes, I think it is a very smart and intelligent reintroduction of the band to the marketplace. Certainly not out of step with the pretty much exclusively pop country that dominates the mainstream country format today and has for several years, and certainly a format that they themselves helped to popularize since their genesis in the early 2000s. But one that has, I think, deviated a bit from the friendliness and brightness that they were known for, and a format that certainly could use their presence. What do you think of the new Rascal Flatts Jonas Brothers collab, I Dare You? Sound off in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to get notified next time video drops. We'll see you soon. And Gary J and Joe Don, welcome back, boys. I'll see you on March 15th in Allentown.